I sit here today by the kever of Leah Imenu. What a tremendous privilege to be here in Mars Machpelah by the Kibrei Avos and all the shirim that we give here on this shir, thanking Hashem when things look bad. They all trace back to Leah Imenu. Leah Imenu said, "Apam oides Hashem." This is the first time I thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Not this time, I thank Hashem. Leah Imenu had 3 children. She had children before any other Emos. And she said, Apam oidis Hashem, this time I'll thank Hashem when she had Yehuda. She realized retroactively that all the children that she had were an incredible nace. She was an akara. She was incapable of having children. And yet Hashem showered His infinite mercy on Leah Imenu and allowed her to have children before all of the other emos in the schus, in the merit of the fact that she suffered. She suffered being second to her sister Rachel. In fact, Yaakov, who I'm looking now at his kever as I speak, Yaakov Avinu was tricked into marrying Leah before Rachel, and therefore he wasn't able to have that same endearment and that same love and that same connection that he had for Rachel. And there's a very, very important point I want to bring out here today. I was speaking to someone on the phone in America today, and it had to do with collecting money, so obviously it's not such an easy phone call, but I was just left with such a feeling of distance from after that phone call. And we speak to people sometimes, and we feel a tremendous closeness. The Sfarim say that this, in fact, is called Soda Ibor, that people have a similar Sharsh Neshama. If they come together, they could feel each other's neshamas, their neshamas connect, and they feel one with the other person. They feel like they're really connected. They feel that they're able to have a very in-depth and deep conversation. And then sometimes we just feel very, very distance from another person. We feel richuk. And when a person feels distance from another person, it's painful. Yeah, it's a painful feeling. It's probably one of the most painful feelings that's possible in this world. And that's why Leah says, Apam odet Hashem. That distance, especially when it's a husband and wife, that distance that Leah Imenu felt from Yaakov Avinu, it was catastrophic. It was terrible. It was so painful. But Hashem looked at that pain and He said, you know what, Leah, you accepted that pain. I'm going to reward you. And she was rewarded with children, with Yehuda, and then afterwards with Yisachar and Zvulun. And to be maimed, Leah was zeicha to be maimed that most of the Shvatim of Klal Yisrael. And I think we can learn a very important lesson from Leah's life. There's many, many things we can learn from Leah. But one thing is that when we're dealing with people, be careful. Be careful how you deal with people. I had a certain experience yesterday with somebody who very, very close to this person, and they had to tell me news that was not so pleasant for me to hear. And they could have done it differently. They could have said it in a way which was much less caustic, much less painful. We always have to be so careful how we speak to other people. We have to realize that every single word we say, Chaim u'mavis biyad halashon. Life and death are in the tongue. This organ over here contains with it the ability for life and death. If we use it right, we can bring life to the entire world. With the beautiful words of Torah, with the beautiful words of praise, with beautiful words, compliments, and good words, and smiling and saying hello. And if we have to tell somebody something, say it in the most possible, sensitive, careful way that we can possibly say it. That brings such nachas to the Shekhinah. But if we talk in a way which hurts other people, and whatever it might be difficult. With money, it might have to do with other things. Have to do with whatever it might be. Yeah, be careful. Let's learn from Leah. Leah Imenu, she suffered so much, but she taught us so much. She taught us, don't complain if you suffer. Just the opposite. Thank Hashem. Hapam odes Hashem. If someone talks to us in an insensitive way, say, look, Baruch Hashem, it's a kapara. The Gemara in Sanhedrin says for every difficult word that we have, it's like 100 averas disappear. What a beautiful opportunity that is. Again, we don't ask for it, as my Rebbe Moshe Shapiro said. "Anachnu lo makshin nisyonon, aval al tvater al af echad." We don't ask for these types of tests, but they come. Don't be mamatzah on them. Let's learn today from Leah Imenu, from the tremendous suffering that she had in her life, and from the tremendous award she got. She was awarded with half the Shvatim of Klal Yisrael, Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yisachar, Zebulun, as a reward. Right? The entire Jewish people call her mother because of the suffering she went through, and she thanked the Kadosh Baruch Hu for that. Let's also thank Kadosh Baruch Hu for any difficult situation we have, and realize that it's all a gift. It's all a gift from Hashem, any difficulty we have, and conversation. And let's learn ourselves to be very, very careful how we speak. Every single word that we have with somebody, especially people who are very close to us, especially our spouses, our spouse, and our talmidim, and our friends, and our children, be so careful how you speak. Weigh every word so carefully. I know from speaking to Gedolim, they're so careful how they speak. Every single word comes out is so weighed and so calculated because they know the power that words have. And when we speak, the words go up. And whatever we say, it comes back down to us. So we should be so careful. Kadosh Baruch Hu should help us to learn from Leah Imenu and to Apam Odes Hashem. Thank Hashem many, many times. As one before said, Apam Odes Hashem. One time I'll thank Hashem. I want to thank Hashem all the time because we always have difficulties every single day, every single hour. We are confronted with difficulties. Instead of complaining, we should thank Hashem for these difficulties. Amen.